Sivakameswari Devasthanam, everyone. We will be starting our today's session for the.
You go that side. You are in front of the chair.
No, वो ये काम नहीं कर रहा है आप. So we'll be starting our today's session for the Kenopanishad. Please turn off your cell phones, please, or mute it. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sharadindu Vikasa Mandahasan Sparadindi Varalochana Viramam Aravinda Samana Sundarasyam Aravindasana Sundari Upase Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. I request Pujya Swamiji to start his discourse. Thank you, Swamiji.
It is because of that speaker. Therefore, it was sucking your sound and making the noise. Now it's okay. So now all the three. Now it should work.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धारी आए सो मारी आए, nothing to do nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complete level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whenever we mean to know something, immediately we get ourselves conditioned by our sense organs, mind or intellect. Sense organs are providing us with the 5 types of data, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And the mind provides us with the kinds of experiences, joy, sorrows, etc. And the intellect provides us a conceptual recognition of something. And therefore, whenever we are to think about the Lord, think about God, talk about God, we get lost only in this. Therefore, after having told to the student, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, na manaha, na vitmaha, all our faculties are important. Even then the student is not able to comprehend. So he was told it is other than the known and the unknown. So known is the effect and unknown is the cause. It is beyond the cause and effect. So, the sense organs, mind and intellect, they are to be dropped. Then, how do I know? So we were told, it is eye of the eye, ear of the ear, nose of the nose, etc. Even then we can't catch it. So the abhyasa practice was given. See? It was told, yan manasana manute, yena ahur mano matam, tadeva brahmatvam vidhi, nedam yadidam upasate. That because of which the mind is able to think is the reality, and the mind cannot form an object of recognition, and therefore that Brahman thou art. Yash chakshusha na pashyati, chakshugamsha pashyati. That which cannot be seen by the eyes, but that because of which the eyes are able to see is the reality. After having given it in 5 different examples, now one common example I'll tell you. To understand is 2. That because of which all faculties are functional, but that which cannot fall in the purview of these faculties is the reality, and that you are. Now this is the crux. Now let us try to understand. If I have a desire to lift something, see? So I want to lift something. So one force which is lifting the object is my desire. I want. Now the second thing, but it so happened I got a paralytic attack on my hand. So although I want, yet I can't. So there are 2 energies which are simultaneously functioning. See? So what is that which can be seen by the eyes? So when the mind expresses through the eyes, it becomes vision. Therefore, the vision cannot see the truth. In this manner, slowly, the teacher tries to help the student. So what is the reality? Now, to conclude the earlier chapter, the reality is not an object of knowledge, nor it can be spoken about, nor it can be felt, nor it can be understood. This is the conclusion. Now when we are told, think about God, means what? Stop thinking about the world. What is the world? The worldly objects, possessions, relations, achievements, failure. Stop thinking about them. Friends. And therefore, wise people don't talk much. The otherwise people can't stop talking. A poultry farm. This is yesterday also, I will repeat it shamelessly. Highest spiritual practice is talk bare minimum. And when we talk about our past, if we can catch this point, understand God's grace on us. When we talk about anything good or bad about the past belongs to our body, not to us. We are always present. So when we talk about our past, say when we were children, so the child body has gone. But you still are holding on to your body identification. Therefore, when we do not talk about our past, to that extent, our body disidentification starts happening. Therefore, there are only 2 steps on the spiritual path. Discard the body identification and discard the notion that we are a soul, a jiva. It is for this purpose Kenopanishad is brought. So when all that was told, then the students say, I have understood very well. Now that teacher becomes angry. When I told you it can't be understood, how did you understand? Then you have understood with reference to something. Atano deveshu mimam samevati. Deveshu indriyeshu. Therefore, the student again goes and reflects and comes. And what it is that Naham manne suvedeti nona vedeti vedacha yo nastad veda tad veda nona vedeti vedacha. I don't say I have understood, but I don't mean that I have not understood. In this manner, he who understands without understanding is the one who has understood. Now what is happening in this? Experience is happening, but experiencer is not born. When experiencer is not born, good or bad, joy or sorrows will have no impact on it. But this non-existing entity, what we call Jiva, is making our life miserable. Again and again we have to reflect on this. Now to understand this, two things. One is the secondary I and one is the primary I. We have to recognize the primary I. Primary I is man, secondary I is son, husband, father. And who is suffering? The secondary I is. And there are many. Primary I is only one. So what will be the spiritual practice? And what are these? These friends. Now take for example, petrol and car. Both of them are important to move the car. When both of them come together in a particular situation, then somebody is born. What is that somebody? Horsepower. Now can we see the horsepower where it is? It is neither the horse nor the power. But it moves the car. Exactly. Paramatma and Prakriti, when they come together, a donkey power is born. The donkey power is you and me. See, friends. And when you switch on the car, where the horsepower goes? When we no more identify with the body, where the soul goes? When we are in deep sleep, where is the husband? Where is the father? Where is the mother? Friends, this is spiritual life. See? And therefore, Naham manne suvedeti nona vedeti vedacha yo nastad veda tad veda nona vedeti vedacha. After having said this thing, now Shruti Mata summarizes this principle in the form of a principle. What is the principle? See, we have to recognize this principle as our support when we are walking the spiritual path. Is far away for me to see. Now the third mantra I am chanting. Please repeat after me. Yasya matam tasya matam matam yasya na veda saha avijñātam vijānatam vijñātam avijānatam. So how do we know the truth, whether we are one with the truth or not? So, yasya amatam tasya matam. He who has not understood, he has understood. Because understanding is subject to modification. Sometimes I feel I am divine. But when my husband comes in front of me, I don't know where the divinity goes. While doing meditation, I am divine. After the meditation, I am David. So, yasya amatam tasya matam. He who has not understood, he has understood. He who has not experienced, he has experienced. Yasya matam na vedasaha. He who says, I know, I understood now. When you are told it can't be understood, how can you understand? Therefore, avidnyatam vijanatam. Those who are abiding in this reality, they do not know the truth objectively as an object of knowledge. Avidnyatam vijanatam. So if we are asked to talk about ourselves, what do we talk? This is my DOB. I am here, I am there, I am a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, I am rich, I am poor, I am educated, I am overeducated, I am married, not once, a dozen times. How many I? See, friends. Therefore, avidnyatam vijanatam. Those who are abiding in this reality, for them the truth is not known, because it is not an object of knowledge. See, when we start dwelling in our vision for the first time, in one house, the mother was taking the book and reading, keeping it at a distance like this. So the kids, Mommy, you are becoming very stylish. What is this? No, my dear, I can't see proper. So in this experiment, where was her attention? On what is printed or on her vision? Get this point. So if she is able to see straight away, she will read Jasya matam, tasya matam, matam yasana vedasa. But if not able to see, then what will do? Meaning, attention is on the vision. So when attention is on the vision, what is read or seen is secondary. That time, where are we? That time, we are in our mind. So we have dropped the worldly object, we have dropped the instrument of knowledge, because now we want to see our eyes. Therefore, avidnyatam vijanatam. One who is abiding in the truth, he will never say, I am realized. That is why, friends, the most poisonous thing in us is this I. For every small little, I have done this thing, I am like, how? And such people have got a very fat account in ICICI Bank. You know, there is a bank in India, ICICI, I don't know if it is here or not. Do you have it here? No. Indians are very I. USA are U. USA. So, yasya matam, yasya amatam, tasya matam, matam yasana vedataha, avidnyatam vijanatam, vidnyatam avijanatam. And those who have not known the truth, they go on telling, I am realized, I know, I am God. Friends, in this I only, the whole mess is happening. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita told us in the 15th chapter, Vedaisha sarvai ahameva vedyaha. What is to be known really in our life is, what is this aham? One person reached Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi and he said, Sir, I came to know that you are realized, God realized. What is God realization? He said, forget about me. Who are you? I am Australian. I didn't ask your citizenship. No, I am a Catholic. I didn't ask your religious affiliation. Who are you? I am a married person. I didn't ask your marital status. I am a doctor. I didn't ask your profession. Try to remove all the attributes and then talk. And this experience we have when we are snoring in deep sleep. That time we are without becoming anybody. Therefore, spiritual practice is knowing and being. When they merge together, then the truth is revealed. And for that, what sadhana we have to do? In the fourth mantra, the teacher says, pratibodha viditam matam. Pratibodha viditam matam amrutatvam hi vindate atmana vindate viryam vidyaya vindate amrutam. Pratibodha viditam matam. Now there are two words. One is jnanam and second is bodha. What you are hearing is jnanam, knowledge. And what is your experience is the bodha. Pratibodha matam viditam. In every experience, the truth is revealed. When experience is not creating an experiencer. Therefore, our Maha Mantra, dekho, suno, mat bolo. When we see, when we hear, and make no comment, then we are only having the experience. So, pratibodha in every experience. No experience is possible without our being. Waking comes and goes. We don't come and go. Dream comes and goes. We don't come and go. The deep sleep comes and ends. We are the same. The meditation begins and ends. We are the same. Just to catch this point, take this example. In the open sky, heavy clouds, black clouds, thundering clouds, raining clouds come and go. What happens to the space? Nothing. Then the second lot of clouds come, white clouds, noise-making clouds. They make lot of noise and go without rain. What happens to the space? Nothing. Then there is pitch darkness at night. What happens to the space? Nothing. There is a cloudless blue sky. Is the space becoming pure? They have come and gone. My friend, the Chidakasha that we are, one cloud of noise and rains come and goes, waking. We are the same. Second cloud of only the noise comes and goes, dream. The third cloud of deep sleep comes and goes. And the fourth cloud, samadhi, that begins and ends. Where we have come and where we have gone. Now tell me what sadhana you want to do. Friends, Vedanta only tells us whether you want or you don't want, you are divine. Whether you know or you don't know, you are divine. Jabardasti, Hanji. See, friends. Therefore, pratibodha viditam matam. So we don't have to have any extra effort to do spirituality. No. Every experience becomes our guru if we learn from that. This I learned in Bhagavad Mahapuran, where Bhagavan Dattatreya is Avadhut, and he was asked, how come you have nothing and you are so happy, relaxed, no tension, no nothing? He says, therefore I am happy. Because I have nothing. He says. Then the next question, who is your guru? Who taught you? He said, I don't have one guru. Poor people will have only one pair of slippers. Rich people will have a whole almirah full of shoes. In the same manner, I don't have only one guru. Then I got 24 gurus. And then, who taught you what? He never says that. He says, I learned from space this. I learned this from the air. I learned this from the fire. See, friends, that is the Sadguru. So who is the Sadguru? Our ability to learn from our every single experience. That is Sadguru. If we don't learn from our experience, even God will fail to teach us. And it is for this purpose, all kinds of difficult, good and bad experiences happen in our life. And every experience is a reminder. You are in this world to be such a fit instrument so that He can choose you. And then He will express through us. That is the fulfillment of life. Therefore, 6th chapter Bhagavan Krishna says, Uddhared Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadayet. We are here for remaining as a fit instrument that He is expressing to us. That is the purpose of spiritual life. Therefore, Pratibodha Viditam Matam. Every single experience is our Guru if we learn. We say out of formality, Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru. Now, if Bhagavan Krishna was really Jagat Guru, He failed to teach Duryodhan, Dushasan, Dhritarashtra. What kind of Jagat Guru is he? He failed. And on the contrary, take other extreme example, Ekalavya. He was rejected by the Guru, and yet he learned. The Guru is not somebody hanging outside. Guru is our ability to learn from every single experience. This is what it is called, Pratibodha Viditam Matam Amrutatvam Hi Vindate. As a result, you will come to discover your own being, experience without experience, action without a doer, knowledge without a knower, existence without of existence. No. So try this existence itself, not existence of a table, existence of pain, existence of success. No, only existence. Knowledge, only knowledge, not knowledge of ABCD. Joy, not joy of this, that. In other words, experience without an experiencer is spiritual practice. And for that, what we have to do, our old habits we have to drop. What is our old habit? Dekho, suno, bak bak karte raho. See, hear, and we have to comment on everything in this world. Friends, try this. Don't bring your past in the present. Therefore, before we talk, ask yourself, is it necessary? And second thing, we have to see whether the other person to whom we are talking, is he or she interested or not. See? But we keep on talking, like I am talking to you. Then, Atmana Vindate Viryam. Now, to achieve this, where from we get the strength? The strength doesn't come from outside. You are the source of everything in life. So if you are firm on this, see, tapasya, various kinds of rules are told in our scriptures, they are for this. That we observe mauna. So by observing mauna, we teach ourselves, don't talk nonsense. Constantly, talk. You just can't keep. And what we talk about others, about the past. Like the eyes cannot see themselves in the same manner. If you are abiding in your own being, you will not like to talk to them. Like eyes cannot see themselves in the same manner. If you are abiding in yourself, you are nothing to talk. So, Atmana Vindate Viryam. This strength comes from within, not from outside. So, Vidyaya Vindate Amritam. And then, once you get this knack, friends, every spiritual practice is repeated again and again, except this spiritual practice. We have to know ourselves only once in a lifetime, not twice, only once. Second chapter Bhagavad Gita, Sthitva Syam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvana Mrichyati. If you catch this point even just 1 second before death, you have attained fulfillment in your life. Finite can be repeated, infinite cannot be repeated. If you do the japa, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, you have to repeat it. Instead of that, practice silence. Practicing silence means what? 2 levels. Don't talk to yourself and listen to silence. Listening to silence means no sounds disturb you. And when you don't talk to yourself, you don't produce sound. See, my friend, how simple. Don't run here and there. Vidyaya vindate amritam. And when you come to discover your essential nature, you have attained immortality. And this is what is the ultimate in the spiritual path. Now here the teacher gives us a kind of a warning. Fifth mantra, please repeat. Iha ched avedita atha satyamasti na ched iha avedita mahati vinashti bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha pratyasmat lokat amrita bhavanti. Iha ched avedita. Here and now. The truth is not revealed after the satsanga. Iha, here and now. If you do the japa, Bhagavan will come and give you blessing. It is not a posthumous achievement. It is now and here or nowhere. Iha ched avedita. Iha, here. Deshataha. Avedita. Atha satyam asti. That is the truth. If you are told, if you do this thing, thereafter you will realize, God, it is the biggest bluff on the world, in the world. Iha ched avedita. Atha satyam asti. That is the truth. Existence does not have fractions of past, present and future. It is the same. Mahat satyam asti. That is the reality. Nached iha avedita mahati vinashti. And if you imagine, if I do this thing, then it will happen, then I will realize you are cheating yourself. Therefore, spiritual practice is now and here. And that we told in our mantra, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%, you are living in meditation. Now where are we? In satsanga. When? During the satsanga. What should be we? Satsangi. Are we? Even this is not heard. Because the mind is, I have got so much of food, but will it be enough for the people or not? Should I make rasam out of sambar? I can heat the water. So we are making the rasam of Brahman. See, friends, we are extremists. Either we are agitated or other extreme, go to sleep. See, friends, therefore, iha ched avedita satyamasi. Nached iha avedita mahati vinashti. We are just wasting our life. Then, bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha. The wise person will discover this truth in everything and being. Like what? Now be attentive. Table is existence. Mic is existence. Light is existence. Darkness is existence. Flower is existence. Man is existence. Woman is existence. Joy is. Misery is. Success is. Failure is. Good is, bad is. Existence is a common denominator. And when everything is removed, like this is one mic, second mic. In between these two mics, there is nothing. Who knows this? I know this. So I is. This is existence can never be denied. It is the substratum on which many things are superimposed. Therefore, bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha. Like there are many ornaments. A person goes to the jeweler and he has a need of money. So he said, look here, I am in need of money. This is my wedding ring. Kindly keep it for 1 week. Don't sell it. I'll return the money and take it back. Okay? So he takes that ring and starts rubbing it on the shaligram, whether it is real gold or not. So this man says, hey, don't do that. These are our loving moments of our life. Don't rub it like that. So what he will say, look here, keep your wedding ring with you. I am looking at only the gold. Bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhira. Ornamenteshu ornamenteshu. Every ornament, the jeweler is seeing the gold, not the name and the form. Therefore, that which is supporting both presence and absence is beyond the presence and absence. Bhuteshu bhuteshu vichitya dhiraha pratyasmat lokat amrita bhavanti. When he completes the drama of this life, he who is already one with the divine drops all the unwanted things and eternally becomes one with the divine. See, friends, it is something like that. When a fan is moving, you switch off. After switching off, the momentum keeps the fan moving for some time. In the same manner, after having come to discover one's essential nature, the life with the momentum of the life, it will continue, and when that momentum stops, it will drop. And therefore, wise people never die. Try to do an experiment when you go. I know you will not do, but try. I will tell. Take a empty bottle, glass bottle, keep it on the table. And what is inside the bottle? Nothing. Means what? Space is there? Yes. So when you break that bottle, will the space from that bottle go out in search of another bottle? If this is clear, when you sleep, do this bhavana. You are sleeping, your body is like a bottle. Inside there is nothing. Empty space. And then when this body will be dropped, will the inner space go outside? Do this experiment every day when you go to sleep. And suppose, Swamiji, we die. Give a chance to death also. See, my friend, therefore, Pratyasmat lokat amrita bhavanti. We transcend and go beyond this asmat. This loka means what? From the relativity we disappear and attain immortality in our life. Now, after having told this, hereafter, a beautiful story comes. And in that story, the whole truth is revealed through the Puranic lifestyle. See? I was talking, could you imagine, Kenopanishad to the children. And when I have told, okay, we'll have our retreat for the children, maybe about class age group 9 to 12 or like that. So elders, they commented, how come? You are talking to children, Upanishad, Kenopanishad. What they will understand? I said, have you understood? What they will understand. You don't worry about it. We had the retreat. When the retreat was over, last day, question answer. So one girl said, Swamiji, you should change the name of this Upanishad. Why? You said the cane Upanishad. No, it is a sugar cane Upanishad. It is so sweet. That sweetness came from this story. This story reveals the same truth in a beautiful story type. So, it so happened, once upon a time, there was a war between the Suras and Asuras. And in that war, Suras, the Devatas, won. And the Asuras were defeated. And therefore, the Devatas were celebrating their victory, keeping a mug or a small container in their hand with the drinks, humorous, and they were enjoying. And everybody was bragging. Because of me, we won the war. Because of me, we won the war. Everybody claiming that I am responsible for the victory. And when they were thus arrogantly trying to prove I am the most supreme one, that time Brahman, Paramatma, in a most beautiful form appeared in front of them. And who is this so courageously, fearlessly standing in front of us? He doesn't know we are the victorious kings. But he doesn't move. He is calm and quiet. So they wanted to find out who is this fellow. And thereafter, the story begins. Now, what is the story? If you like, you can repeat. Brahmaha devebhyo vijigye tasyaha brahmano vijaye deva amahiyanta. Once it happened, all the devatas were victorious because of the divine grace or the divinity, and tasya brahmana vijaye. It is because of the Brahman, the reality, they were successful, and because of that, the gods were glorified. So the glory or the victory of the gods was on account of the divine presence. Okay, then what happened? Then the story continues. Te aikshanta asmat meheka te aikshanta asmakam eva ayam vijaha asmakam eva ayam mahima iti tadhaisha vijagyo tebhyoha pradurbahuva tannam vijanata kimidam yakshviti. So all the devas started thinking that we won the war and this is our glory. Asmakam eva mahima iti. And therefore, they wanted to know what is this person who is standing there so fearlessly, and therefore they started thinking, who is this Yaksha? Yaksha means most beautiful. Who is this Yaksha fearlessly standing? They didn't know. Then what happened? The story continues. Then all these various gods trying to prove I am superior than you. See, like you can see in the ministry, everybody thinks because of me the country is progressing. In the same manner, all the gods were bragging about themselves. And then the first brag master was the fire, Agni Devata. He said, Te Agnim Abruvan Jata Veda Etad Vijanihi Kimidam Yakshamiti Tatheti. So all the gods said, you are all the time bragging, now go and find out who is this fellow. So, Etad Vijanihi Kimidam Yakshamiti. Who is this fellow? Find out. So the fire god say, okay, I will do it. And then he goes to the Yaksha Bhagavan. How he goes? Tadabhyadravat tab abhyavadat kositi va agnirva ahamasmiti abravit jataveda va ahamasmiti. When he went to the Yaksha Bhagavan, he is such a force and wanted to know who is he. Now imagine, such a beautiful, subtle point in this. I go to Lata's house. I ring the bell. She opens the house. I ask her question. Who are you? What is your name? Where are you from? See, exactly the same way. The Agni, the fire god, he went to Bhagavan and Bhagavan started asking him questions. Who are you? What is your power? What can you do? So this Agni got insulted and angry. And he said, don't you know me? I am Agni, alias Jataveda. I am not only Mr. Rao, but I am Dr. Rao. Some addition has to be made. So, Jataveda Ahamasmiti. Oh, you are Jataveda. Jataveda means he who knows everything. Wow. Because Agni is the Karma Devata. Therefore, he said, I am Jataveda. Then again, Yaksha Bhagavan asked a question. Tasmin Tvai Kim Viryam. You are Jataveda. Oh, what is speciality in you? You go to the Prime Minister of a country and ask him, what are you? Why are you standing here? In the same manner, this Yaksha Bhagavan asked him, you say, you are so and so. What is your speciality? What can you do? So, Tasmin Tvai Kim Viryam. So, Agni got angry. Apidam Sarvam Daheyam. Whatever comes in my front, I burn it to the ashes. Yadidam Pruthivyamiti. Whatever is in this world, I burn it into ashes. That is my virya, that is my strength. So, Yaksha Bhagavan says, Acha, tasmai trunam nidadhau etad daheti. And then Yaksha Bhagavan gave him a blade of grass with a dewdrop on the top and said, can you burn this? What an insult. See, he was humiliated. Can you burn this? You can burn everything, isn't it? Burn it. And then what happened? Tadupreyaya sarvajavena. Then he started burning that grass. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Then 100 degrees Fahrenheit, centigrade. Nothing happened. 1,000 degrees. 10,000 degrees. But that blade of grass could not be burned. And Yaksha Bhagavan was smiling. Oh, try it. He got frustrated and considered, I can't burn. And then hanging his head down, na etat ashakam vidnyatum tadetat yadetat yakshamiti. So his head down, he went back among the devatas. So devata asked, who is he? I don't know. I could not find him. Then other god who was very much jealous of this. See, I told you, he thinks he is great. Who said this thing? This Vayu Devata said. Then Atha Vayum Abruvan Yavat Etad Vijan Vayave Etad Vijanihiti Kimetad Yakshapiti Taseti. So all the gods said to the Vayu Devata, now you go and find out. Okay, I can find out. It is easy. This fellow always brags. He has nothing in him. So he goes there. There also the same way. Tadabhyadravat tad abhyavadat kositir vayuva ahamasmiti abravid matarishvava ahamasmiti. He went with all the force, highest speed, and after having gone there, Yaksha Bhagavan says, now who are you, man? So the wife says, don't you know I am air, Vayu, and I am called Matarishva. I move in the space all alone. And what you do? I can lift and throw the whole world anywhere. Wow, so powerful you are. Okay, then Tasmin Tvai Kim Viryamiti. Again the same question. Such a terrible Vayu you are. What is your power? My power. Apidam sarvam adadiyam yadidam pruthivyamiti. Whatever is on the earth, I can lift it and throw from one place to another place. So, then again, our Yaksha Bhagavan did the same story. Tasmai trudam nidadhau, the same blade of grass with a dewdrop. Can you lift it? See the insult. If somebody is the world champion weightlifter, he comes and you tell him, can you lift papad? What an insult it will be. In the same manner, that small blade of grass was given, and then this Vayu became angry. So, Taduprayaya Sarvajavena, and then with all his strength and power, he started pushing it by the air, the force of the air. Nothing happened. Tanna shashagam adatum tata eva nivavrute. He also hung his head down and went back, and na etat vidnyatum ashakat. I don't know who is. On the basis of this story, there is saying in Hindi, Bhagwan ki kripa ke siva ek patti bhi nahi hilti. This is the story behind that. Without God's grace, even a blade of grass cannot move. This is it. But we have that arrogance. I have done this thing. I have done. Friends, we have to consciously recognize all that we have is the divine will. Nothing is up. We have to liberate ourselves from ourselves. Now, these devatas, what happened when we are sick? Now let us understand the implied meaning. You know, scriptures have got their own language. Because we can read Sanskrit, that doesn't mean we can read Upanishads. It is something like, somebody can read English. Does it mean he can understand computer science? I tell my boy, hey, go and get the mouse from my table, I have forgotten there. So he goes, catches a mouse, put it in a cage, and Swamiji, Arey Beoku, mouse spelling is the same. But he forgot, I am sitting in front of the computer. So word is the same, but meaning is different. Exactly the same way, the implied meaning, what we call in English, the moral of the story. What is the implied meaning? So, first was the Agni, fire. Fire is the presiding deity of speech. Don't we say fire is speech? So what was told? Na tatra vak gacchati. The speech cannot comprehend the truth. Here, the same thing was told through the story. The fire went to find out what it is. It became important and came back. And therefore, the first spiritual practice is apni zaban ko lagam do. Stop constantly talking with others or with ourselves. This is the meaning of this. So Agni Devata presiding the speech is a karmendriya. So the truth cannot be comprehended through action. See? Then the second one was Vayu. Vayu is a Jnanendriya, the Sparshendriya. Vayu also, the air also came back, could not do. Therefore, neither our Jnanendriyas nor Karmendriyas can ever operate in the field of spiritual inquiry. This is the conclusion. Thereafter, what happened, the story continues. Then, in the 11th mantra, Atha Indram Abruvan Magavan Etad Vijani Hiti Kimetan Yakshimiti Tatheti Tadabhyadravat Tasmat Tirodhate. Then all the gods, they went to Indra. Who is the Indra? He is the king of all the gods. So he went to the king. They went to the king and said, hey Bhagavan, hey Indra Bhagavan, kindly find out who is this Yaksha standing there so fearlessly and carelessly. Kimetad Yakshamiti, find it out. Tatheti, he said, okay, you failed, I will do it, I am a king. He goes there, Tadabhyadravat, and what happens? Highest insult. Bhagavan, Yaksha disappears. Not even ready to give him an audience. at least earlier group, he spoke. When the Indra went, he did not even like to talk to him. But the beauty was, Indra did not go back. He stood. Now, who is the Indra? Indra is the king of all the gods. Our gods are what? Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas. What is the king of all the Indriyas? The mind. So when we apply Jnanendriyas and Karmendriyas as the means of realization, we have to drop them. Then come to the mind. Real spiritual practice begins when you start working on your mind. And the first step to work on the mind is, mind expresses as words first, then action. See, friends, that is why we have been again and again telling, control, control. And because we cannot do, then our great teachers tell us, then you can't control, never mind, chant the Lord's name. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah. Now what happens? We attend. We get carried away not by the thought. We get carried away by the flow of thought. Patanjali and I differ here. Patanjali is against the thought. I am not. Why we should be against the thought? Chitta vritti nirodha. Why? God has given us eyes to see, not for closing them. He has given us ear to hear, not to plug them. Similarly, given the mind to think. Why not think it? Then the question comes. See? So, learn. We take bath in Ganges, no problem. But when the same Ganges are in flood, if you jump, you are carried away, not by the water, but by the flow of water, is it not? Exactly the same way. By thoughts, we are not disturbed. We are disturbed by the flow of thought. See? How simple it is. And how the flow of thought happens? When the theme of the thought is finite, each thought breeds the next thought. See? You talk about any of your issues of your life. Issue means not bad or good, any issue. Suppose you are talking about your children. So the child is finite, and you talk. See, he was doing like that, he was doing very, very in the school, but I don't know what happened in the college, and other person is not interested in your child. But we are so much carried away by that, we can't stop that. Why? Because the theme is finite. Other example, I get up in the morning and I want a black cup of tea. So that is, cup of tea is a finite object. So when I get up, I go to the kitchen. And if the kettle, water and tea bags are not there, my mind becomes agitated. See, I am not asking anything, only hot water. They can't keep it here. And when I get it, now, finite thoughts are created because the theme is finite. And they breed thinking. One thought is breeding the next thought. See, friends. Now take the other way around. Make the theme of your thought infinite. Like Om Namah Shivaya. Over. There is nothing to add. Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Complete. The second thought will not be bred. But then, if there is a likelihood of any thought coming, again fire. Om Namah Shivaya. If Again, if some thought is likely to come, again fire. Om Namah Shivaya. It is like what, I told you my sadhana, learn from every experience. In Bharat, from Mumbai to Delhi, they have constructed an extraordinary road, Samruddhi Marg. It's so good, straight, no difficulty of any kind. So when the road is good, straight, no difficulty, after driving for some time, then the lullaby effect comes. And you get into some accident. So they have put in between speed breakers. Cut, cut, cut. Exactly the same way. All the worldly things are going on, start putting the speed breaker. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. But remember, the impact of this chanting Lord's name should fall on your mind. The net result will be, you will learn this art, that one thought followed by a second thought, what is the gap between the two? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. It will become mechanical. No, it should become more intelligently. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Increase the gap between two mantras. One day, by God's grace, you will catch what is the meaning of mind. So mind is consciousness with contents and thought is mind. What is consciousness? Mind minus content and thoughts. That's all. Therefore, in our story, when Indra Bhagavan went to find out who is that Yaksha, he disappeared. Because Yaksha, consciousness, and Indra, the mind, they are one and the same. When mind is expressing through the sense organs and organs of action, he has become someone different. But when the mind has dropped all of them, because sense organs, organs of action, they are dropped, and he came alone. And when he wanted to find out who is that Yaksha, he disappeared, because as the vision, when starts looking at itself, vision disappears. Exactly the same way. When the mind wants to know what the mind is, the mind disappears. And that which remains in the absence of everything is the ultimate truth. Therefore, do we have the experience of our absence? No. Is it therefore necessary to tell Aham Brahmasmi? No. So who are we? We are beyond presence and absence. Asti Nasti, is and is not applicable to us. Your mind dissolves, my friend. So when Indra Bhagavan went to see Brahma Bhagavan, Brahma disappeared, and he didn't give up. He didn't become frustrated as we become. No. See, when I am doing japa, when I am doing the gardening, when I go and listen to music, it's okay. But if I have to sit all alone, I feel frightened, because we have become a marketplace person. When you are alone, without feeling lonely, you are walking the spiritual path. And when you are feeling lonely in a crowd, you are terribly lost in the samsara. My friends, in being there are no efforts. In becoming there is nothing but effort. In this manner, slowly and steadily, when we learn real spiritual practices, work on your mind. Like whatever you do, karmani chitta shuddhyartham, aikagryartham upasanam, mokshartham brahma vijnanam, iti Vedanta dindit. Karma is not done to remove something outside for purification of your mind. What is the impurity in the mind? Raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes. So whatever we are supposed to do it, whether you like or you don't like. Then only we rise above that. And upasana is not done to please the God. He doesn't need us. We need him. So why we do that? So that our mind is no more entertaining the worldly theme. Only the divine theme is only. Such a pure, single-pointed mind alone is applied for the study of Upanishad or Vedanta. When Indra was standing there all silent, without giving up his position wherever he was, thereafter what happened will be revealed to you in tomorrow's episode. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Ram Raksha? Yes or no? Are we chanting?
Sri Sita Ramachandro Devata Anushtup Chandaha Sita Shakti Srimad Hanuman Kilakam Sri Ramachandra Prityarthe Jape Vidyogaha Adadhyanam Dhyayena Januvahum Dhrukasharadhanusham Baddhapadmasanastam Hitam Vaso Vasanam Navakamanadara Spardhinetam Prasannam Vamam Sita Mukakamalamilallocanam Niralamam Nana Lankara Liptam Dadatamurujata Mandalam Ramachandram Iti Dhyanam Charitam Badunavasya Shataposhitavistaram Ekaikamaksharam Pumsam Mahapatakanashanam Dhyatva Nilotpalashyamam Ramam Rajivalocanam Janaki Lakshmanopetam Jatamukutamandidam Sasitudadhanurbanam Paninaktancharantakam Swalilaya Jagatratum Avirbhutamajam Vibhum Ramaraksham Padhet Pradya Papagnim Sarvakamadam Shiro me Raghava Patu Bhalam Dasharatatmajaha Kausalleyo Drushau Patu Vishwamitra Priya Shruti Granam Patu Makatrata Mukam Saumitri Vatsalaha Yuvam Vidyanti Patu Kantam Bharata Vanditaha Chayuda Patu Bhujau Bhagnesha Karmukaha Karau Sitapadi Patu Hrudayam Jamadagnajit Madhyam Patu Kharadvamsi Nabhim Jambavadashraya Sugrive Shakkati Patu Saktini Hanumat Prabhu Uru Raguttama Patu Rakshak Kulavinashakrit Januni Setu Krutpatu Jange Dashamukantakaha Padau Vibhishana Shrida Patu Ramo Kilam Vapu Etam Rama Balopetam Raksham Yasukruti Patet Sachirayusukhi Putri Vijay Vinay Bhavet Patala Bhutala Vyoma Charina Chadma Charina Na Drashtumapi Shaktaste Rakshitam Ramanamabhi Rameti Rama Bhadreti Ramachandreti Vasmaran Naro Nalipyate Papai Bhuktim Muktim Cha Vindati Jagat Jaitraika Mantrena Ramanamna Bhirakshitam यक्कण्ठे धारयेत् तस्य करस्था सर्वसिद्धयः वज्रपञ्जरनामेदं यो रामकवचं स्मरेत् अव्याहताज्ञ सर्वत्र लभते जयमङ्गलम् आदिष्टवान् यथा स्वप्ने राम रक्षामि मां हरः तथा लिखितवान् प्रातः प्रबुद्धो बुधकौशिकः आरामकल्पवृक्षाणां विरामः सकलापदाम् अभिरामस्त्रिलोकानां रामश्रीमान् सनप्रभु तरुणौ रूपसम्पन्नौ सुकुमारौ महाबलौ पुण्डरीकविशालाक्षौ चीरकृष्णाजिनाम्बरौ फलमूलाशिनौ दान्तौ तापसौ ब्रह्मचारिणौ पुत्रौ दशरथस्यैतौ भ्रातरौ रामलक्ष्मणौ शरण्यौ सर्वसत्त्वानां श्रेष्ठौ सर्वधनुष्मतां रक्षकुलनिहन्तारौ त्रायेतां नो रघुत्तमौ आत्मसज्जधनुषा विशुश्रूषा वक्षय युगनिषङ्गसङ्गिनौ रक्षणाय मम रामलक्ष्मणा वग्रतपथि सदैव गच्छतां सन्नद्धकवची खड्गी चापबाणधरो युवा गच्छन्मनोरथोऽस्माकं रामः पातु स लक्ष्मणः रामो दाशरथी शूरो लक्ष्मणानुचरो बलि काकुत्स्थः पुरुषः पूर्णः कौसल्येयो रघुत्तमः वेदान्तवेद्यो यज्ञेशः पुराणपुरुषोत्तमः जानकीवल्लभः श्रीमान् प्रमेयपराक्रमः इत्येतानि जपं नित्यं मद्भक्तश्रद्धयान्वितः अश्वमेधादिकं पुण्यं सम्प्राप्नोति न संशयः रामं दुर्वादलश्यामं पद्माक्षं पीतवाससं स्तुवन्ति नामभिर्दिव्यैनते संसारिणो नरः रामं लक्ष्मणपूर्वजं रघुवरं सीतापतिं सुन्दरं काकुत्स्थं करुणार्णवं गुणनिधिं विप्रप्रियं धार्मिकं राजेन्द्रं सत्यसन्धं दशरथतनयं श्यामलं शान्तमूर्तिं वन्दे लोकाभिरामं रघुकुलतिलकं राघवं रावणारिं रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः श्रीराम राम रघुनन्दन राम राम श्रीराम राम भरताग्रज राम राम श्रीराम राम रणकर्कश राम राम श्रीराम राम शरणं भव राम राम श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ मनसा स्मरामि चन्द्रचरणौ वचसा गृह्णामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामचन्द्र चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये माता रामो मत्पिता रामचन्द्रः स्वामी रामो मत्सखा रामचन्द्रः सर्वस्वं मे रामचन्द्रो दयालुः नान्यं जाने नैव जाने न जाने दक्षिणे लक्ष्मणो यस्य वामे तु जनकात्मजा पुरतो मारुतिर्यस्य तं वन्दे रघुनन्दनं लोकाभिरामं रणरङ्गधीरं राजीवनेत्रं रघुवंशनाथं कारुण्यरूपं करुणाकरं तं श्रीरामचन्द्रं शरणं प्रपद्ये मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम् आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् भर्जनं भवबीजानाम् अर्जनं सुखसम्पदां तर्जनं यमदूतानां राम रामेति गर्जनं रामो राजमणि सदा विजयते रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमु रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहं रामे चित्तलयः सदा भवतु मे ओ राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानरे इति श्रीबुधकौशिकविरचितं श्रीरामरक्षास्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णं श्रीसीतारामचन्द्रार्पणमस्तु।
Hari Om. Dhanyavad Swamiji. We will do the Arati now. Just there is a Arati plates in front of the Ganeshji, so you all can do the Arati. And after Aarti, take the Charnamrit and Prasad. And tomorrow we will have the Shivabhishekam at 6 p.m. and 7 o'clock we will start Swamiji's discourse. So 6 to 7, Shiv Puja and meditation, followed by the discourse by Swamiji from 7 to 8:30, and then followed by the dinner Prasad, Aarti and dinner Prasad. So please everyone stand up for the Aarti, please now. Everyone go and take that Aarti plate. Some devotees can volunteer to ring the bells, please.
Om Jai Jagdish Hare, Swami Jai Jagdish Hare. क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे।
भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख विन से मन का।
स्वामी दुख विन से मन का।
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे,
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे।
कष्ट मिटे तन का। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ किसकी।
स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी।
तुम बिन और न दूजा,
तेरे बिन और न दूजा, आस करूं जिसकी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी।
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी।
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर।
तुम सबके स्वामी। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता।
स्वामी तुम पालन करता।
मैं मूरख खल कामी,
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी, कृपा करो भरता। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। तुम हो एक अगोचर, सबके प्राणपति।
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति।
किस विध मिलूं दया में,
किस विध मिलूं दया में।
तुमको मैं कुमति। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
दीन बंधु दुख हरता, ठाकुर तुम मेरे।
स्वामी रक्षक तुम मेरे।
अपने हाथ उठाओ,
अपनी शरण लगाओ, द्वार पड़ा तेरे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा।
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा।
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
संतन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के अवगुण क्षण में दूर करे।